Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of those reality shows that we're doing is Below Deck Med. And this week on Below Deck Med, it was a little... First of all, okay, so they ended up last week with Drunken Adam, who I said reminded me of my friend Rusty when he gets drunk, who was a little obnoxious, I'm not gonna lie. And he had an axe to grind against Wes because Wes took his girl Malia, right? Who apparently we just found out he had an affair with before they got onto the show. So he thought that it was a sure thing, and it didn't end up being a sure thing because Wes ended up swooping in and getting Malia. Pause. Who cares? Like, why? I don't know. Okay, she's pretty, and don't get me wrong. If I had to choose, I would definitely go out with Malia before I would go out with Sierra. But I don't understand where all of this is coming from. Like, she's not all that. Like, she's not, what was that? There was a Greek legend about some bitch that sank 1,000 ships. Or no. That was Helen of Troy. She had the beauty that launched 1,000 whatever. The point is, she's not that gorgeous. She's beautiful, but she's not that beautiful, And her personality certainly, at least on the show, it leaves a little bit to be desired. So it makes me wonder, well, who cares, right? Who gives a shit? Anyways, go back. Okay, so he's going around, and they're in public, and he's kind of being just an idiot. I don't want to say he's being an ugly American, but he kind of is. Although, if he was a British person and he was getting that drunk and obnoxious in public, he would just say he was a drunken. Would you say? Do other countries say that they're drunken, whatever the country is? Like, if I was English and he was English, would I say he's a drunken Englishman? Or if I was French, would I say he's a drunken Frenchman? I mean, I don't know. It just seems. Anyways, he wasn't being a very good representative of our country abroad. Let's put it that way. So one of the things that he did, and this is where it ended, is honestly, I didn't even know what the hell happened last week at the end of it, because they didn't really show it, and they just showed sound effects, and I just heard a rip, and I'm going, what the fuck is going on? I'm not quite sure. We couldn't quite see it. So what happened was he went to give Wes a wedgie, and it tore Wes's underwear. And Wes got pissed off and was threatening to beat up Adam. Okay, now don't get me wrong. I think that Adam is kind of a douche, and that was totally a douche thing to do. But I also think Wes was way overreacting. Like, so his underwear got torn. Big deal. Has anybody out there ever had a really cute pair of underwear that they've paid a lot of money for, and it ends up getting ruined because you spill something on it, or you rip it, or you piss on it, or shit in it, or whatever? Like, who knows? Or period in it, or, whatever. It happens. Shit happens, right? So, I definitely think that Wes kind of jumped a little, he overreacted, basically. He reacted way more than he should have. And I swear to God, if I heard the word wedgie one more time, I think Andy should do, he probably already did, and I haven't seen it yet, because I haven't watched What Happens Live in a while, because I've been so busy watching my shows, but I'm sure he did a count of how many times they said the word wedgie on Below Deck. It was a lot. It was a lot. So, my question just is, who the fuck cares? Who cares? Yeah, Adam's a drunken douche. We get it. Wes, yeah, you got a wedgie and your butt hurt because your underwear got ripped. Big deal. And you're all fighting over Malia. Who gives a shit? Now, okay, so the flip side of that episode was they all went out, and, Adam was still pissed off at Wes. Like, he was still irritated, right? And Hannah, now, normally I'm Team Hannah all the way, but in this case, I don't know if I would have chosen to do this same thing, but she she basically started making out with Adam, and I think she had sex with him then. I don't know. I don't know. But he definitely went around saying that they were going to go have sex, and they were doing that on purpose to make Malia jealous, right? And I'm not gonna lie, it totally worked. It totally worked because she was like, whatever, man. She was whatever. I mean, the whole thing is it's so ridiculous. This is why you don't get involved with anyone on a boat when you're on charter, and if you don't get involved with any of the crew ever. That's why I will say I had less of a problem with Hannah making out with that one guest than with Malia fucking half the boat. Just saying. And Max, I will give Max credit because even though he's a little bit, like he said that the reason why he went and he told, who did he tell? Was it Adam or Wes or I don't know what, or Bobby, or I don't know what the hell was going on, but the reason why he was gossiping basically on the boat was because it would give the people something to watch and it would give them something to do. I don't necessarily know if I buy that, but okay. But I will give him credit because he was 100% honest when he was like, yeah, you're fucking half the boat. No wonder this is exactly the shit that happens when you do that. Snaps to you, Max, because you are 100% right on that, for sure. Oh my goodness, it was killing me. Okay. Also on the boat, Bugsy has kind of had it with Hannah, and she thinks Hannah's being lazy. Now, here's where we get into the whole production thing, because I'm not quite sure if Hannah is as lazy as they make her out to be, because every time that Bugsy says that, the production cuts to Hannah who's not doing anything, but that could just be slick editing, right? They could get a bunch of footage of Hannah sitting around, smoking, whatever, right? And they could intersplice that in with footage of Hannah Bugsy talking about how Hannah doesn't do anything. So I'm not super inclined to believe that just yet. Because, Hannah's been in the business for 7 years and she's been a chief stew for quite a few of them. So it just makes me wonder, I don't necessarily buy that she's that lazy. I really don't. Lauren was Lauren, I love me some Lauren, but she better lick that spoon from stirring the pot, because I swear to God, she loves to do that. This time she was stirring the pot with Bugsy, and she was like, yeah, Hannah doesn't do anything. Hannah's not doing shit. And we see that next week, Bugsy and Hannah have a confrontation where Bugsy just says, look, I see that I just don't feel like you're doing anything. You've been a horrible chief stew this whole season. Okay. Here's what I would have done different. I would have told Hannah after the second charter, if I thought she wasn't doing anything, I would have said, and then if things didn't pick up, then I would have gone to Captain Sandy. But I wouldn't have waited for an entire charter season and then told Hannah, after I've been talking shit about her to the camera this whole time, but not to her face or to anyone, right? And then say, oh, by the way, I think you're a shit chief stew. I'm sorry, well, where were you, 5 charters ago, Missy? Why are you telling me now? We've got 2 charters left, or maybe even 1, I don't know, but we're almost done with this entire season, and now you're gonna say something? I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed. And if I was the boss at the job, and this is on any job, not just the boat, but in any job in general, I want my people to feel comfortable coming up to me and saying, hey, I'm not getting what I need from you, right? And, in this case, it would be a little bit harder work. So I don't know why the way that whole thing was handled. Don't get me wrong. Maybe Hannah is a little bit lazy. Maybe she doesn't do shit. Maybe. But the reality is Bugs is not as professional as she says. Because the whole thing with the charter guests and the iPad, that was a little bit unprofessional, So I don't know. I just think that I'll definitely be curious to see how this showdown goes next season. Not next season, next episode. And we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I want to say thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Below Deck Med to talk Below Deck Med, or you can hashtag days to talk Days of Our Lives, because I've got quite a bit to say about Days of Our Lives as well. Thank you so much for logging on today. Oh, and you can also hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your inbox every single day. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Peace out, and wubba, wubba, wubba.